Welcome back, crypto family. This is XRP before 10K, Tent Life Edition. Anyways, I wanted to say yes, I genuinely do live in this tent. This is not something I would pretend to do. This is not fun, you know. It sucks. But anyways, I wanted to tell you guys, when I speak about God, I'm being genuine. I saw someone in the comments say they're calling BS. If you're not connected to God, it is what it is. Like, I have a genuine connection. And if you don't believe me, I can tell you guys again what God told me is going to happen. And I told you a couple days ago that God said I was going to be traveling before I even got a car. And then 2 days later, I had a car, I had the keys and the title, and I didn't even pay $1 yet. And it was at my house. So it is what it is, and that is God. So let's just get this straight. God said that I'm going to be traveling soon. I'm going to reconnect with my divine partner, aka my 222, my divine partner. Abundance is coming my way. He said that I am going to have a house. He said that what was it? He said that I am going to be paid to live, meaning basically people are going to pay to listen to me speak because of the miracles that I'm showing you that God is blessing me with. You guys can see it for yourself. And also, he said that I will be moving into like a bigger city. And once I get the house in this bigger city, God is going to bless me with more spiritual gifts. Right now, the spiritual gifts that I have, I can basically talk to God. Well, basically it's like I can ask God something, and then through people, God will tell me what is happening, what someone's thinking about me, or what someone's doing behind my back, etc. For example, like, I know exactly what my 222 is thinking, which is someone I dated in the past who I have a divine connection to. I know what they're thinking, I know what they're going through, etc. But that's just a spiritual gift that I have gained. I am part of a collective. I am part of the 144,000 frequency collective. It's basically people that are on a frequency of Christ energy. I had a spiritual awakening chat a couple days ago, like around the time whenever I started doing this. And I actually explained it to you guys, but basically God forced me to fast for, it was like 7 or 8 days. And during this time, well, I can't smoke anymore now, but before this happened, I could smoke and it was cool. But during this time, I could not smoke at all because I would just start like coughing and choking instantly. And I could not eat red meat because like my body would just reject it. Ever since the spiritual awakening, I cannot smoke anymore. Like, my body cannot handle it. My body rejects it. I cannot eat red meat anymore. The only thing I could do is drink water, eat chicken and vegetables. Like, that's all I can do right now, because I am on a higher frequency right now. But yes, anyways, so lately in this book, The Mastery of Love, we were talking about parasites and things like that. And chat, I'm gonna ask you guys to really pray for me. Please pray for me, and let me explain why. So basically, I was in this toxic relationship recently. I'm not gonna say the person's name, but let's just call her the 666, right? So basically, this 666 has been stalking me and basically ruining my character. This person has been reaching out to my family members, friends, co-workers, you know, my managers, my exes, etc., and has just been defaming me and trying to make me look like I'm somebody that I'm not, you know, which is defamation of character. They've been stalking me, sending me unwanted nudes. I'm not no lustful man. I'm saved by Christ. I am not a lustful man. You cannot make me like you because of the way your body is. I'm not interested. And basically, this person not too long ago sent someone my address, and then she sent this person the satellite view of my grandmother's house, circled where my tent is in the back of my grandmother's house, told this person to go she told this person that there's a bike trail by my grandmother's house or whatever, you know, circled on the map where it's at, and told them to go catch my tent on fire. And the way I found this out is basically the last time I hung out with this girl, she was trying to act like she loved me, and I was like, okay, well, let me go through your phone. And she didn't think anything of it. So me, you know, I go to the recently deleted. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm looking for. So I go to the recently deleted, and guess what I find, chat? I found that she sent a guy my address. The dude literally showed up outside of my tent on the bike trail that's next to it, you know, and sent her a picture at midnight on the bike trail of my tent, on the outside of my tent, and said, I'm here, what do you want me to do? She told this man to set me on fire, and the man said, no, that's too far, but I'm going to fuck with him still. She's putting my life in danger, y'all. And in 2021, this same female held me hostage for 3 days. She held me hostage. This 666 female, she held me hostage for 3 days. And guess what? You know what? During this time she did? She held me at knife point. Anytime I tried to run away towards the door, she ran full speed with a knife and was really going to stab me with it. And it doesn't even stop there, chat. And I don't really want to focus on negative things, but I need your prayers. Right now, I am currently getting a restraining order for stalking, and then I'm going to sue her for defamation of character because she caused me to lose my 222, which is my divine partner. But anyways, and this divine partner is, God told me I am going to gain this divine partner back, you know, eventually. He promised me. So you guys will see when my 222 comes back in the picture, you guys are going to see that my miracles have came true. And what I tell you about God, I am so serious. But anyways, what this person did, this 666 person, she basically held me at knife point, put a knife to my heart and traced my heart, and told me that I have to tell her that my 222 is still pretty. Of course, my 222 is always going to be pretty. That's my divine partner. But at the time, I was like, yeah, she's pretty, but I'm uninterested in her. You know? Or something like that, I think. Or actually, at the time, I was really scared for my life. So I was like, no, she's not pretty. I'm uninterested in her. That's what I said to the girl, the 666 girl, right? And this girl had a knife to my heart, chat. She had a knife to my heart and said, tell me that she's pretty, or I'm going to stab you in your heart and kill you. This same 666 girl literally forced me to tell her that my divine partner is still pretty. So guess what happened when I finally did? She stabbed me in my face right here. I was bleeding out of my face. And it did not stop there, chat. And this is why I need y'all's prayers. It did not stop there. After this, she slit my whole wrist, and I was bleeding all down my wrist. She slit my whole wrist with a blade. And it doesn't stop there, y'all. She took a knife and jabbed the whole knife into my left calf, taking out a chunk of my leg. I thought I was going to die, chat, and it does not stop there. She took it to the extent to write on her calendar on her fridge, Cedric's death day. I thought I was going to die, y'all, and there was no escape. She stole my keys, for one. She took my phone, dumped it in water, smashed it on the ground, and then hit it with something, and then threw it. And she had my car keys. I could not escape, y'all. And basically at night, I tried to make a great escape, but I couldn't. I didn't have my car keys, and I just couldn't. Every time I tried to leave, she just woke up and came at me full force with a knife, about to kill me. And I've already been stabbed. I've already been stabbed in my face. I already been stabbed in my leg. I already had my arm slit. I already was told that I'm going to die. She grabbed me by my dreads, chat, and slammed my head onto her floor 8 to 16 times. had the nerve to look at me. Her eyes turned pitch black. The 6'6" girl's eyes turned pitch black, and she said, "I'm going to fucking kill you. You are going to die today." And I was scared for my life, chat. I was so scared for my life. And you guys want to know how I finally escaped? I had got stabbed, and somehow I managed to juke her, right? It was like, I think it was like in the morning or something. I managed to juke her out, and then I ran down the steps outside. And this is kind of like the projects in a way, you know? So you got like the apartments, and then you got like the middle area, like the grass area. Anyways, I got into the open area, and she comes out of the apartment, and she has a knife behind her back, and she says, "Cedric, come in here. Cedric, come in here, Cedric. Come in here, Cedric. Cedric, come in here." Like, just like that. Insane, right? And I'm literally bleeding, y'all, screaming. I'm screaming, "Help! She's trying to fucking kill me. Please, somebody help." Only one person came out, but even then, that did not stop her. She chased me around with a knife, and I kept my distance, you know? But she had my car keys in her hand, and she had a knife. So basically, I'm hopping on one leg to get away, right? And I go behind a building, right? And she thinks I'm about to go one way, and then I like peek to see if she jumped in my car. She jumped in my car and started heading that direction, which was like to the left. And right when she started heading that direction to the left, I took off hopping, right? And I'm bleeding, y'all. I'm bleeding out. Like, I'm fucking bleeding, y'all. I was about to be murdered. And basically, I hop all the way to a Burger King, and I'm like freaking the fuck out. I'm like, "Please, can I use the phone? I'm bleeding." And the first place I went to, they didn't want to help me. They thought I was on some crazy shit. And I'm like, "Y'all, fuck this. Like, I'm so fucking serious." So I had to go somewhere else, and they finally let me use the phone to call the cops. And when the cops got there, they had to track her down. She was in my car. But anyways, with all this being said, this 666 person, I knew since I was 5 years old. So it really fucked with me. It really fucked with my mind. And they were going to give this girl 15 years. But for some reason, I was still in a victim mindset. And I told them to drop the charges. It's the worst thing I could have ever done. And with this being said, like, this is my example of a parasite. And I'm teaching y'all about the mastery of love, because I've went through some really deep shit, y'all. It took me going through a lot of shit to get saved by Christ. Like, I'm so serious. But anyways, basically we reconnect, and I forgive her because I'm a very, very forgiving person. And I feel like, you know, I don't know what I was thinking. I had no self-love, and that's why I'm trying to help y'all build self-love, so that you would never, ever, ever get in a position like this. But anyways, so that happened. And then, like, most recently, like I told you guys, she tried to send someone to kill me. And things are just getting crazier, y'all. Things are just getting crazy. I'm getting harassed every fucking day. I am being harassed every fucking day. All day. I'm being told that I have to give this 666 person $8,000 for her to give me my peace. She's trying to extort me. She's trying to ruin my life. And guess what's the craziest part about it? My 222 thinks that I'm a type of person that has energy like her, and she thinks that 666 is the good person in this equation. And that's because she's very manipulative. So with that being said, I'm no longer playing this game. I'm not gonna have the most important person in my world to thinking that I'm a bad individual when I'm really a man of God. I'm not playing that anymore. So I'm taking it to court and getting a restraining order. And I'm gonna get my reputation set right. I'm gonna see if they can force her to even send a letter of apology and admitting that she lied, manipulated my 222 into hating me. Imagine having the 666 and the 222 both hating you at the same time, when all you're doing is being a person of God. 666 is manipulating my 222. So my 222 is being mean to me, while my 666, well, why the 666 is being mean to me too. So I was in a very, very bad loop, and I kind of lost myself for a little bit. I've always been pure, and I've always been sweet, and I don't take my anger out on people. But basically what 666 would do, she would do something to me, right? And then she would record my reaction and send it to 222, and then that's how 222 sees me now, as a monster. And I just want you guys to pray for me that I get this restraining order, because it would show that she's the enemy in this equation. Because you can't get a restraining order against somebody if they're actually not in the wrong. You feel me? So that's where we're at right now, and I need you guys to pray for me. Really pray for me. I would pray for you guys, and I'll pray for you guys right now. God, please protect my crypto family. Bring them abundance, bring them love, and bring them closer to you. If anyone tries to harm them or damage them or do anything to them, God, to them, God, please destroy them. Bring them karma, and don't let them touch them. I have you guys. I can do it for you guys. I'm like this with Christ. I'm basically Jesus. I'm not Jesus, but he is giving me the power of miracles and things of such. But please pray for me. I need it, guys. Alright, we're done with that topic though. We're done with the topic. We still have to read, and I wanted to mention to you guys, guess what? USDC has finally linked up with Ripple. USDC is now on the XRP ledger. $2 million worth of USDC. We fucking won, guys. We fucking won. We're winning. Do you guys see what's happening? We're about to all be millionaires, dude. We're about to all be rich as fuck. Just never sell your XRP. If you're gonna sell, leverage against your XRP and put your money in trust. You know what the Jews do? They put their money in trust so that if they ever get sued, when they get sued, they have nothing. So if you leverage against your XRP and you put it in trust, you cannot get sued, and you will never have to sell your XRP. I'm putting you guys on. And if you have more than $1,000 in crypto, you need to have a cold storage wallet. A Ledger Nano S, a Ledger Nano X. Get it from the website. Don't get it from Amazon, because it could be tampered with. But yes, great news. Really great news. My collective is saying that something is coming on in 4 days. On June 17th, and I've been telling y'all about the ETF that's coming out on the 17th. So I don't know necessarily if those two things are the same thing or what's really going on, but the collective has been telling me something about June 17th. So we'll see what's going on with that. But yeah, y'all, so I just got a lot on my plate, and you see I'm always pushing positivity, but you guys don't even know what I got going on in the background. My life is in fucking danger, dude. My life is in danger. My life is in danger, and I need y'all. I need y'all to have my back. If you got my back, put your protected numb in the comments, please. Or put praying for you, numb. Something like that, so I could just know that you guys are listening. And you guys really did pray for me, because I need it. Oh, man. Like, man, dude, like, and it's why it's 3:05. I'm doing this late, but I promise y'all I'm doing this every night. I had a lot of paperwork to do. I got like 8 pages of paperwork I did on my case, and I'm turning it in the morning to the courthouse, because I don't know what could happen, dude. I gotta get this going, because if something happens to me, at least I turn my paperwork in and we know who the fuck it was, you know? Alright, though. We were on, so we did the Huntress, we did Seeing with Eyes of Love, And now we're on chapter 11. Currently, we are reading The Mastery of Love by Don Miguel Ruiz. Chapter 11, and it's called Healing the Emotional Body. Let's imagine again that we have a skin disease with wounds that are infected. And I just want to say, guys, if this for some reason does cut short, we'll finish off tomorrow. But I just had so much going on today that I don't know, y'all. I just don't know. But yeah, healing the emotional body. Let's imagine again that we have a skin disease with wounds that are infected. When we want to heal the skin and we go to the doctor is going to use a scalpel to open the wounds. Then the doctor is going to clean the wounds, apply medicine, and keep the wounds clean until they heal and no longer hurt us. Okay? To heal the emotional body, we are going to do the same thing. We need to open the wounds and clean the wounds, use some medicine, and keep the wounds clean until they heal. How are we going to open the wounds? We are going to use the truth as a scalpel to open these wounds. 2,000 years ago, one of the greatest masters told us, and you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. Amen. That is so powerful. The truth will set you free. And I'm hoping that when this paperwork and everything gets done and put away, the damage that my 222 feels inside, because she thinks I hate her, or I'm pretty sure she thinks I hate her and I'm a monster and all this. I hope this truth heals her body. Even if she never talks to me again, y'all, I pray the truth sets her free. 2,000 years ago, one of the greatest masters told us, and you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. The truth is like a scalpel because it's painful to our open wounds and The truth is like a scalpel because it is painful to open our wounds and uncover all of our lives. The wounds in our emotional body are covered by the denial system, the system of lies we have created to protect those wounds. When we look at our wounds with eyes of truth, we can finally heal these wounds. You begin by practicing the truth with yourself. When you are truthful with yourself, you start to see everything as it is, not the way you want to see it. Let's use an example that is emotionally charged. Rape. Oh man, that's terrible. Let's say that someone raped you 10 years ago and it is true that you were raped. Right now, it is no longer true. It was a dream, and in that dream, someone abused you with violence. You didn't look for that. It was nothing personal. For whatever reason, it happened to you and can happen to anyone. But by being raped, will you condemn yourself to suffer in your sexuality for the rest of your life? The rapist is not condemning you to do that. You are the victim, and if you judge yourself and find yourself guilty, for how many years will you punish yourself by not enjoying something that is one of the most beautiful things in the world? Sometimes being raped can destroy your sexuality for the rest of your life. Where is the justice? You are not the rapist, so why should you suffer the rest of your life for something you didn't do? You are not guilty for being raped, but the judge in your mind can make you suffer and live in shame for many years. Of course, the injustice will create a strong emotional wound and a lot of emotional poison that could take years of therapy to be released. And that's true. Just like with this shit, like I'm talking to y'all about, like how 666. Oh shit! A big ass spider. I'm so sorry, chat. Please forgive me. Jesus. Whew. I am so sorry, chat. Time out. Alright, anyways. But what I was gonna say, so basically like how the 666 manipulated my 222 into hating me, and then they both hated me when all I did was just be pure. Me getting the truth out is finally gonna heal me, because I know who I am, and it just hurts to see people not really understand who I truly am and get manipulated. So, of course, the injustice will create a strong emotional wound and a lot of emotional poison that could take years of therapy to be released. And that's why I'm in counseling right now. Yes, I got saved by Christ. Like, I've been in counseling and I finally got saved by Christ, but I'm still in counseling because I'm still healing from this. This is very traumatic to me, you know? It's very traumatic to me. Like, it was defamation of character, and I'm being stalked. It's one thing to hate me, but to hate me and keep fucking bugging me and lying on who I am, it affects you, you know? But of course, this injustice will create a strong emotional wound and a lot of emotional poison that could take years of therapy to be released. The truth is that, yes, you were raped, but it's no longer true that you must suffer this experience. That is a choice. Amen. Like, this is setting me free. I no longer want to have to feel this pain anymore. This is the first step in using the truth as a scalpel. You find that injustice that created a wound is no longer true right now in this moment. You discover that perhaps what you believe hurt you so badly was never true. Even if it was true, it doesn't mean that now it is true. By using the truth, you open the wound and see injustice from a new perspective. The truth is relative in this world. It's changing all the time because we live in a world of illusions. What is true right now is not true later. Then it could be true again. The truth in hell could also be just another concept and another lie that can be used against you. Our own denial system is so powerful and strong that it becomes very complicated. There are truths covering lies and lies covering truth. Like peeling an onion, you uncover the truth little by little until in the end, you open your eyes to find out that everyone around you, including yourself, is lying all the time. Almost everything in the world of illusion is a lie. This is why I ask my apprentices to follow 3 rules for seeing what is true. The first rule, don't believe me. You don't have to believe me, but think and make choices. Believe what you want to believe according to what I say, but only if it makes sense for you, if it makes you happy. If it guides you into your awakening, then make the choice to believe it. I am responsible for what I say, but I am not responsible for what you understand. Exactly, like even when my 222 was talking down on me with my 666, I never talked down on my 222 because that's who I love. And I understand that there's a misunderstanding and it's like an innocent thing, but it does hurt still. But I never talked down on my 222. That person has a very soft spot in my heart and always will, regardless if my 222 never fucks with me again because of this whole thing that went on. But yeah, you don't have to believe me, but think and make choices. Believe what you want to believe according to what I say, but only if it makes sense for you, if it makes you happy. If it guides you into your awakening, then make the choice to believe it. I am responsible for what I say, but I am not responsible for what you understand. We live in a completely different dream. What I say, even if it is absolutely true for me, is not necessarily true for you. The first rule is very easy. Don't believe. Rule number 2, it's more difficult. Don't believe yourself. Don't believe all the lies you tell yourself. All those lies that you never chose to believe, but were programmed to believe. Don't believe yourself when you say you are not good enough, you are not strong enough, you are not intelligent enough. Don't believe your own boundaries and limitations. Don't believe you are unworthy of happiness or love. Don't believe you are not beautiful. Don't believe whatever makes you suffer. Don't believe in your own drama. Don't believe in your own judge. Don't believe in your own judge or your own victim. Okay. Don't believe the inner voice that tells you how stupid you are, that tells you to kill yourself. Don't believe it because it isn't true. Open your eyes, open your heart, and listen. When you hear your heart guiding you to your happiness, then make a choice and stick to it. But don't believe yourself just because you say so, because more than 80% of what you believe is a lie. It isn't true. The second rule is a difficult one. Don't believe yourself. Rule number 3 is don't believe anyone else. Don't believe another person because they are lying all the time anyway. When you no longer have emotional wounds, when you don't have the need to believe other people just to be accepted, you see everything more clearly. You see if it is black or white, if it is or is not. What is right now, maybe in a few moments, is not. What is not right now, maybe in a few moments will be. Everything is changing so fast, but if you are aware, you can see the change. Don't believe others because they will use your own stupidity to manipulate your mind. Don't believe anyone who says she comes from Pleiades and she wants to save the world. Bad news. We don't need anyone to come and save the world. The world doesn't need the aliens to come from the outside to save us. The world is alive. It is a living being and is more intelligent than all of us together. If we believe the world needs to be saved, soon someone will come and say, okay, a comet is coming. We need to escape from the planet. Kill yourself and boom, you will reach the comet and go to heaven. Don't believe these mythologies. You create your own dream of heaven. No one created it for you. Nothing but common sense will guide you to your own happiness, your own creation. Rule number 3 is difficult because we have the need to believe other people. Don't believe them. And this is powerful because if you guys have read this whole book, for one, no one can mess with your heart. No one can play you. And a liar definitely can't manipulate you. And this is why we're reading this book. I'm helping you guys protect yourself in case you ever go through something like this. Don't believe me, don't believe yourself, and don't believe anyone else. By not believing whatever is untrue will disappear like smoke in this world of illusion. Everything is what it is. You don't need to justify what is true. You don't need to explain it. What is true doesn't need anyone's support. Your lies need your support. You need to create a lie to support the first lie, another lie to support that lie, and more lies to support all of those lies. You create a big structure of lies, and when the truth comes out, everything falls apart. But that's just the way it is. You don't need to feel guilty because you are lying. Most of the lies we believe simply dissipate if we don't believe them. Whatever is not true will not survive skepticism, but the truth will always survive skepticism. What is true, believe it or not. Your body is made of atoms. You don't have to believe it. Believe it or not, it is true. The universe is made of stars. This is true, believe it or not. Only what is true will survive, and that includes the concepts you have about yourself. We have said that when we were children, we didn't have the opportunity to choose to believe and when not to believe. Well, now it's different. Now that we are grown, we have the power to make a choice. We can believe or not believe. Even if something is not the truth, if we choose to believe it, we can believe it just because we want to believe it. You can choose how you want to live your life. And if you are honest with yourself, you will know that you are always free to make new choices. Amen. When we are willing to see with our eyes the truth, we uncover some of the lies and open the wounds. Still, there is poison inside the wounds. Once we open the wounds, we are going to clean the wounds of all the poison. How are we going to do this? The same master gave us the solution 2,000 years ago. Forgiveness. There is no other way but forgiveness to clean the wounds of all the poison. You must forgive those who hurt you, even if whatever they did to you is unforgivable in your mind. You will forgive them not because they deserve to be forgiven, but because you don't want to suffer and hurt yourself every time you remember that they did this to you. It doesn't matter what others did to you. You are going to forgive them because you don't want to feel sick all the time. Forgiveness is for your own mental health. It's for your own mental healing. You will forgive because you feel compassion for yourself. Forgiveness is an act of self-love. Let's take an example of a divorced woman. Imagine you have been married for 10 years and for whatever reason you have a big fight with your husband over a big injustice. You get divorced and you really hate your ex-husband. Just hearing his name, you feel a strong pain in your stomach and you want to throw up. The emotional poison is so strong that you can't stand it any longer. You need help. So you go to a therapist and say, I am suffering so much. I am full of anger, jealousy, and envy. What he did is unforgivable. I hate that man. The therapist looks at you and says, you need to release your emotions. You need to express your anger. What you should do is have a big tantrum. Get a pillow, bite the pillow, hit the pillow, and release your anger. You go and have the biggest tantrum. You release all these emotions. It really seems to work. You pay your therapist $100 and say, thank you very much. I feel much better. Finally, you have a big smile on your face. You walk out of the therapist's office and guess who's driving through town? As soon as you see your ex-husband, the same anger comes up, but even worse. You have to run to the therapist again and pay another $100 for another tantrum. Releasing your emotions is the only way, a temporary solution. Releasing your emotions this way is only a temporary solution. It may release some poison and make you feel better for a while, but it does not heal the wounds. The only way to heal your wounds is through forgiveness. You have to forgive your ex-husband for his injustice. You will know you have forgiven someone when you see him and you don't feel anything anymore. You will hear the name of the person and have no emotional reaction. When you can touch a wound and it doesn't hurt, when you know you have truly forgiven. And this is a prime example of how my 222 feels about me. She has a lot of pain in her heart. And the last thing that she told me was, I fucking hate you. I fucking hate you. And you know, all I said back to her was, all I said back was, God bless you, and I wish your family abundance and health. And that's because I'm coming from a pure heart. She's hurt. If she didn't care about me at all, she would have ignored me. But she loves me, and I hurt her so bad that she never wants to speak to me again, because the pain that and manipulation that was brought onto her by my 666 was so great that it hurt her soul. And I'm just hoping that the truth can heal her, even if she never talks to me again. When you can touch a wound and it doesn't hurt, then you know you have truly forgiven. Of course, a scar is going to be there just as it is on your skin. You will have a memory of what happened, of how you used to be, but once the wound has healed, it won't hurt you any longer. Perhaps you are thinking, well, it's easy to say we should forgive. I have tried, but I cannot do it. Sometimes it's okay to forgive, but that doesn't mean you should get back with them. Like I said, I forgave that girl for keeping me hostage and stuff like that, and then look at me now. She's having people on Facebook saying that they'll come kill me for her, and then she's sending people out here to try to kill me and stuff. So you can forgive, but that does not mean you should get back with them. Like, you guys got to understand that. You have all these reasons, all these justifications why you cannot forgive, but this is not the truth. The truth is that you cannot forgive because you learn not to forgive, because you practice not to forgive, because you master not to forgive. There was a time when you were children when forgiveness was our instinct. Before we caught the mental disease, it was effortless and natural to forgive. We used to forgive others right away. If you see two children playing together and they start to fight and hit each other, children cry and run to their mothers. Hey, she hit me. One mother goes talk with the other mother. The two mothers have a big fight, and 5 minutes later, the two children are playing together again, as if nothing happened. Now the mothers hate each other for the rest of their lives. It is not what we need to learn forgiveness. It is not that we need to learn forgiveness because we are born with the capacity for forgiveness. But guess what happened? We learn the opposite behavior, and we practice the opposite behavior, and now forgiveness is very difficult. Whoever does something to us, forget it. That's it. She is out of our life. It becomes a war of pride. Why? Because our personal importance grows when we don't forgive. It makes our opinion more important when we can say, whatever she does, I will not forgive her. What she did is unforgivable. Exactly. And that's like my 222. My 222 told my 666 that she will never forgive me. I could have all the money in the world. I could have a hit song. She will never forgive me. But that's because she doesn't know the truth. The only way that she is ever going to forgive me is the truth setting her free. And setting me free, you know? And I deserve it. And that's why I want you guys to pray for me. The real problem is pride. Because of honor, we add more fire to the injustice to remind ourselves that we cannot forgive. Guess who's going to suffer and accumulate more and more emotional poison? We're going to suffer for all kinds of things people do around us, even though they have nothing to do with us. We also learn to suffer just to punish whoever abused us. We behave like a little child having a tantrum, just asking for attention. I'm hurting myself just to say, look at what I'm doing because of you. It's a big joke, but that's exactly what we do. What we really want to do is say, God, forgive me, but we will not say a word until God comes and asks us for forgiveness first. Many times we do not know why we are upset with our parents, our friends, our mate. We are upset, and for some reason the other person asks for forgiveness, right away we start to cry and say, oh no, you forgive me. Go and find the little child in the corner having a tantrum. Take your pride and put it in the trash. You don't need it. Just let go of personal importance and ask for forgiveness. Forgive others and you will see miracles start to happen in your life. First, make a list of everyone you believe you need to ask for forgiveness. Then ask them for forgiveness. Even if there is not enough time to call everyone, ask for forgiveness in your prayers and through your dreams. Second, make a list of all the people who hurt you, all the people you need to forgive. Start with your parents, your brothers and your sisters, your children, your spouse, your friends, your lover, your cat, your dog, your government, and God. Now you are going to forgive others by knowing that whatever anyone did to you had nothing to do with you. Everyone dreams her own dream. Remember, the words and actions that hurt you are merely a reaction to the demons in the person's own mind. She is dreaming in hell, and you are a secondary charter in her dream. Nothing anyone does is because of you. Once you have this awareness and you do not take it personally, compassion and understanding will lead to your forgiveness. That is true, but I mean, if someone's stalking you and keeps like pressing you all the time, it's a little harder. But for the most part, you could work with that. Start working on forgiveness. Start practicing for forgiveness. It will be difficult at first, but then it just becomes a habit. The only way to recover forgiveness is to practice again. You practice and practice until in the end you see if you can forgive yourself. At a certain point, you find that you must forgive yourself for all those wounds and all those poison you created for yourself in your own dream. When you forgive yourself, self-acceptance begins and self-love grows. That is supreme forgiveness. When you finally forgive yourself, create an act of power and forgive yourself for everything you have done in your whole life. And if you believe in past lives, forgive everything you believe you did in all your past lives. The concept of karma is true only because we believe it is true. Because our beliefs are being good and bad. We feel ashamed about what we believe is bad. We find ourselves guilty. We believe we deserve to be punished, and we punish ourselves. We have the belief that what we create is so dirty that it needs to be clean. And just because you believe it, then thy will be done. It is real for you. You create karma and you have to pay for it. This is how powerful you are. To break old karma is simple. You just stop the belief by refusing to believe it and the karma is gone. You don't need to suffer. You don't need to pay for anything. It is over. If you can forgive yourself, the karma is gone just like that. From this point on, you can start all over again. The life becomes easy because forgiveness is the only way to clean the emotional wounds. Forgiveness is the only way to heal them. Once we have cleaned the wounds, we are going to use powerful medicine to accelerate the process of healing. Of course, the medicine also comes from the same great master. It is love. Love is the medicine that accelerates the process of healing. There is no other medicine but unconditional love. Not, I love you if, or I love myself if. There is no if. There is no justification. There is no explanation. It is just to love. Love yourself, love your neighbor, and love your enemies. This is simple, common sense, but we cannot love others until we love ourselves. That is why we must begin with self-love. And this is true. Like, that girl did me so wrong, but you know what I did? I told God, I said, God, can you please help her find you, God? Please do something in her life because she needs serious help. There are millions of ways to express your happiness, but there's only one way to really be happy, and that is to love. There is no other way. You cannot be happy if you don't love yourself. This is a fact. If you don't love yourself, you don't have any opportunity to be happy. You cannot share what you do not have. If you do not love yourself, you cannot love anyone else either. But you can have a need for love, and if there's someone else who needs you, that's what humans call love. That is not love. This is possessiveness. This is selfishness. This is control with no respect. Don't lie to yourself. That is not love. And that's true. I didn't love myself for so fucking long because I didn't know how to love. I didn't know what love was. Love is coming out of you, and this is the only way to be happy. Unconditional love for yourself. Complete surrender that love for yourself. You are no longer resistant. You no longer resist life. You are no longer reject yourself. You no longer carry all that blame and guilt. You just accept who you are and accept everyone else the way he or she is. You have the right to love, to smile, to be happy, to share your love, and to be afraid to receive it also. We're close. I hope it doesn't cut off, y'all. Because if it cuts off, wait, we gotta be close. This can't be that big. Okay, yeah, we're close. We'll finish tomorrow if it cuts off. This is the healing. 3 simple points: the truth, forgiveness, and self-love. With these 3 points, the whole world will heal and will no longer be in a mental hospital. These 3 keys to heal the mind were given to us by Jesus. And this all ties into God, like I promise you guys. But he is not the only one who taught us how to heal. Buddha did the same. Krishna did the same. Many other masters came to the same conclusions and gave us the same lessons all around the world, from Japan, Mexico, Peru, to Egypt and Greece. There were humans who were healed. They saw that the disease is in the human mind, and they used the three methods: the truth, forgiveness, and self-love. If we can see our state of mind as a disease, we find there is a cure. We don't have to suffer any longer. If we are aware that our mind is sick, that our emotional body is wounded, we can also heal. Just imagine if all humans could start being truthful with themselves, start forgiving everyone, and start loving everyone. If all humans loved in this way, if all humans loved in this way, they would no longer be selfish. They would be open to give and receive. They would no longer judge each other. Gossiping would be over, and emotional poison would simply dissolve. Now we are talking about a completely different dream of the planet. It doesn't look like the planet Earth. This is what Jesus called heaven on earth, Buddha called nirvana, and Moses called the promised land. It is the place where all of us can live in love, because we put our attention on love and we choose love. Whatever you call the new dream, it is still a dream, as real or as false as a dream of hell. But now you can choose which dream you want to live in. Now you have the tools in your hands to heal yourself. The question is, what are you going to do with this dream? And that's the rest of chapter 11. Tomorrow, we are going to talk about chapter 12, the God within. So yeah, guys, I'm teaching you guys about this in the Master Your Love and How to Love. And basically, every chapter that I'm going through, I have something personally that I can use to relate to this. So I'm like the perfect person to teach you guys this book, The Master Your Love by Don Miguel Ruiz. We're closing in on 50 minutes. I gave y'all the best I could. You know, I'm going through a lot. I have to go to court tomorrow. I have to go to the courthouse and turn in my restraining order, because I don't know, I could be dead in a couple weeks, you know, depending on, you know, I don't know. So just pray for me. I don't know, y'all. When you're someone of God and you're a chosen one, demons try to come at you from every direction. So please take what I read tonight, and try to use it in your own lives, because it could save your life. It really could. Like, it really could. I'm gonna drink this real quick. It's some water. Water's amazing. But anyways, guys, that was today's episode. Keep me in your prayers. This is XRP before 10K 10th Life Edition. I love you guys. Remember, guys, me and the collective, the 144,000 frequency collective, we love y'all. We love all of y'all. I am you, you are me. So don't ever think you're alone. If you want to message me, you can message me. I talk to people on TikTok that I don't even know. You know, I give people phone calls. I check up on them. Because I am you and you are me. If I can heal you guys and I can raise your vibrations, then that means the whole world, the vibration of the entire world will raise and get higher. And that's my goal. This is not my first life. I had to go through a lot in this life, but the reason I went through a lot in this life is because I am very divine and I am connected to Jesus Christ. And this was the only way I was going to be able to truly get the powers that I needed in order to heal the world. I might not be able to heal the world, but if I can heal one person and teach them about love, confidence, believing in themselves, and trusting in God, I've done enough. You feel me? But anyways, I love you, crypto family. You guys have a blessed night. I hope tomorrow is fantastic. You're going to have an amazing day. Great things are coming. Blessings are coming. Just trust in God and He's going to do it. I promise y'all. I promise you. Trust in God. There's nothing God can do. When you guys see my 222 come back into my life, and that's someone that is married currently. She's married currently. Because I was fucking around with this 666 female for way too long, and I lost my blessings. But when you guys see this 222 come back around, you're gonna see that God went through with His promises. He protected me, and He delivered my divine partner back to me. because I've been working for him. I've been working for God. I did what he said, and I always stood on my word. So yeah, I love you guys. Good night.